When the wind starts to rise and I hear those cries, I see the horses that fly, and in the deep blue sky I think of Peter Pan and my friend Marianne, 'cause they're flying away from the sound of my name. I guess that's what happens when you're 29 and all of your magic, it starts to unwind. You say, grow up, darling, we're almost 40. We're almost 40. It's the last story. I say, shut up, darling, I'm still 23. I'm still 23. It's the last story. When I see you again, I will introduce you to all of my friends. You'll meet Peter Pan and my friend Marianne, 'cause we're flying away from the sound of my name. I guess that's what happens when you're 29 and all of your magic, it starts to unwind. You say, grow up, darling, we're almost 40. We're almost 40. It's the last story. I say, shut up, darling, I'm still 23. I'm still 23. It's the last story.
This is a part of history that should not be forgotten. Welcome back to Unforgotten, where we spotlight African stories that were erased, overlooked, or rarely told. Today we speak on Empress Taitu Betul, the Ethiopian queen whose intelligence and diplomacy helped secure one of Africa's greatest victories against colonial rule. This is her story. In the late 19th century, as European powers carved up Africa, Ethiopia stood as one of the very few independent nations. But Italy, they had other plans. After the 1889 Treaty of Utile between Ethiopia and Italy, a translation dispute gave Italy the excuse to claim Ethiopia as its protectorate. In the Italian version, Article 17 of the treaty stated that Ethiopia must conduct its foreign affairs through Italy. But in the Amharic version, it said that Ethiopia may. A single word that changed everything. It was Empress Taitu, wife of Emperor Menelik II, who spotted the deceit. And when she did, she warned her husband that Italy's treaty was a trap. Taitu didn't just advise, she made moves too. She was fluent in politics and languages and led the movement to reject Italy's claim. And then when war broke out, she commanded her own contingent of soldiers from the north. She equipped them with cannons that she personally ordered, and on the battlefield, she directed troop movements and logistics alongside Emperor Menelik II. In March 1896, Ethiopian forces met the Italians at the Battle of Adwa. Taitu's strategies and coordinations helped the Ethiopian outmaneuver the invaders. The result was historic. The Italians were defeated, marking the first time in modern history that an African army defeated a European colonial power. After Adwa, Taitu co-founded Addis Ababa, which became Ethiopia's capital, and remained a powerful voice in governance up until the end of her life. She's remembered not just as an empress, but as a visionary leader who embodied wisdom, pride, and resistance at a time when Africa was under siege. Empress Taitu Betul's courage and brilliance reminds us that Africa's victories were not accidents. They were led by thinkers, strategists, and women who refused to be underestimated. This is Unforgotten, preserving African culture and heritage one story at a time. Make sure you follow us for more at All Things Africa.
Honor and respect. Honor and respect, honor and respect. Divine all blessed greetings and salutations. It is another edition of Revolutionary Hoodoo, New Orleans Voodoo Secrets and Recipes. Voodoo Hoodoo 101. Powered, produced, promoted, sponsored, and supported by NOIVD, New Orleans International Voodoo Day. Become a part of something extraordinary. New Orleans International Voodoo Day is not just an event, it is a movement that celebrates culture, fosters education, and connects people from around the globe. By sponsoring this event, you are supporting a tax deductible cause that preserves heritage, uplifts art and education, and fosters healing within the community and beyond. Your sponsorship goes beyond promoting your business. It demonstrates your commitment to cultural preservation and education while supporting a unique event that brings international recognition to New Orleans. Events like symposiums, art exhibitions, sacred processions, and global speakers offer unparalleled opportunities to honor history and inspire a brighter future. And we continue to invite your continued support, participation, volunteership, donations, and sponsorship by visiting us at www.voodooday.org, www.vodouday.org for more coming information and updates about this powerful and continuing to grow event. We also are continued to be grateful and thankful for your continued support showing up in this live podcast weeknights 9 p.m. U.S. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday, on a social media platform near you, and certainly by way of our Facebook pages, that of my own, Sister Toni Val Martinez, Elder Reggie's Elder Reggie's Shrine of the White Cloth page, our LinkedIn, the YouTube, Twitter X, and certainly our Instagram listeners and participants. We certainly appreciate you. And we're thankful for those who are showing up live in the chat. S. Marie 5444. We certainly do appreciate your continued support and participation. A faithful member of our community, Daniel Neal 3465. We certainly do appreciate you. One of my beloved godchildren, Nina Lloyd Q3S. We certainly do appreciate you. And beloved Love 1901. We certainly do appreciate you for joining us, and we invite your continued support and participation. I will be unmuting my first priest, my wild man, Black Hawk Voodoo, my armor bearer, and an initiated member of La Source on for Ancien, Joshua Nylan Tanner, Brother Joshua Nylan Tanner. I will also be unmuting my second priest and armor bearer and initiated member of my house, as well as the source Ancien, and our executive producer of Respect to Voodoo. We certainly do appreciate you, and we certainly do appreciate Elder Reggie. We identify as Green Soap here, the leader and founder of Shrine of the White Cloth, all committed co-administrators of NOIVD, our third annual New Orleans International Voodoo Day. I certainly appreciate their continued support and commitment. I will be coming through with our beloved co-host and panelists momentarily after I sort of introduce the spirit of the day. And today being the 11th day of Christmas, beloved family of spirit, culture, and sacred memory. On this 11th day of Christmastide, when the candles still glow in the windows of New Orleans and the echoes of carols linger in the air like incense, we gather in the warmth of tradition. Christmastide is not only merely a season, it is a bridge between the holy quiet of the Nativity and the rising drumbeat of Carnival. Tonight, we stand on that bridge. We stand in the soft glow of the 11th night when the world is still wrapped in the winter's shawl, yet the first hints of revelry shimmer just beyond the horizon. Christmastide in New Orleans is unlike anywhere else. Here, the sacred and the secular dance together like old friends. Here, the baby Jesus rests beside the gumbo pot. Here, the wise men follow a star that shines over the Mississippi River. And here, the ancestors walk with us in the cool night air, whispering blessings through the oak trees. And on this 11th day, we remember that time itself is ceremonial. The calendar is a drum, the seasons are a procession, and we, children of Africa, children of Haiti, children of Louisiana and of the world, move through these sacred days with purpose and reverence and with joy. Christmastide teaches us patience. It teaches us preparation. It teaches us that before the great celebration, there must be reflection. Before the parade, there must be prayer. And before the Mass, there must be meaning. And so tonight, as the 11th day unfolds, we honor the stillness before the storm of color and sound that is Carnival. We honor the ancestors who carried these traditions across oceans, and we honor the spirits who walk with us into a new year. It is the turning of the season as Carnival approaches New Orleans. Now, beloved, feel the shift. Feel the air change. Feel the rhythm rising beneath your feet. For as Christmastide draws to its close, Carnival awakens. Carnival is not simply a season, it is a spirit older than kings, older than crews, older than the city itself. Carnival is the great equalizer, the time when the mighty and the humble stand side by side, the time when the mass reveals more than it hides, the time when the streets become a stage and the people become the performers. In New Orleans, Carnival is our heartbeat. It is the pulse that carries us from 12th night, tomorrow night, to Mardi Gras. It is the laughter of children catching beads. It is the thunder of St. Augustine marching 100. It is the shimmer of feathers of the Mardi Gras Indians as they step out in glory. Carnival is a reminder that joy is sacred, that celebration is a form of prayer, that community is a form of power. And as Carnival approaches, we prepare not just our costumes, our suits, our spirits. We prepare to enter a season where the veil between the seen and the unseen grows thinnest, where the ancestors dance with us in the streets, where the Loa walk beside us in the parades, where the city becomes a living altar of music, color, and communion. Carnival is not chaos. Carnival is choreography, a choreography written by generations of New Orleanians who know that celebration is survival, that joy is resistance, that culture is medicine. Mardi Gras Day is the crown of the season. And then, beloved, after weeks of revelry, after nights of music and mornings of king cake, after the parades and the balls and the second lines, Mardi Gras Day arrives. Mardi Gras Day is the crown, the culmination, the great exhale of the city that has danced its way through winter. And on Mardi Gras morning, the sun rises differently. It rises with purpose. It rises with the skull and bones. It rises with mischief. It rises with the baby dolls. It rises with the blessing and great power. It rises with the black masking Mardi Gras Indians. So the city awakens in suit. The city awakens in costume. The city awakens in demonstration, in color, in character, in spirit. And from the Zulu coconut to the Rex, the Bloom, from the baby dolls to the skull and bone gangs, from the uptown floats to the downtown tribes, Mardi Gras is a tapestry woven from every thread of New Orleans history. It is African. It is indigenous. It is Caribbean. It is French, Spanish, Creole, Cajun, and American. It is sacred and profane, holy and hilarious, ancient and ever new. Mardi Gras is the day when New Orleans shows the world who she truly is, a city of resilience, a city of creativity, a city of spirit, a city of magic. And as we celebrate Mardi Gras Day, we honor not only the joy of the present, but the legacy of the past. We honor the enslaved Africans who preserved their rhythms in Congo Square. We honor the free people of color who shaped our culture. We honor the Mardi Gras Indians who carry the fire of resistance in every bead, sequence, and feather. And we honor the spiritualists, the root workers, the voodoo priests, hoodoo doctors, priestess who kept the flame alive. Mardi Gras is not just a party, it is a pilgrimage, a ritual, a rebirth. It is the global vision towards New Orleans International Voodoo Day from May 24th, 2026. And now, beloved, we turn our eyes towards the horizon, towards a day that is rising like a new sun, towards a moment that will echo across oceans. New Orleans International Voodoo Day, May 24th, 2026. This is more than event. This is more than declaration, a proclamation, a restoration. For too long, voodoo has been misunderstood, misrepresented, and maligned. But in 2026, New Orleans stands proudly as a global center of voodoo culture, diplomacy, and education. A bridge between Louisiana, Haiti, Benin, the Congo, and the entire African diaspora. New Orleans International Voodoo Day is a day of unity, a day of healing, a day of truth telling, a day of celebration. It is a day when the world will witness the beauty, the depth, the dignity, and the power of voodoo traditions. A day when the spirits will be honored openly, joyfully, and respectfully. A day when the ancestors will smile upon us as we reclaim our narrative. On May 24th, 2026, the drums of Benin will meet the rhythms of Congo Square. The songs of Haiti will rise alongside the chants of Louisiana. The wisdom of the ancestors will stand beside the creativity of the youth. This day is a testament to our resilience, to our cultural sovereignty, to our spiritual inheritance. And as we prepare for this historic moment, we do so with intention, with ceremony, with diplomacy, and with love. New Orleans International Voodoo Day is not just for practitioners, it is for the world, for anyone who seeks understanding, for anyone who honors culture, for anyone who believes in the power of spirit to unite humanity. And as I close the opening for tonight, from Christmastide to Carnival to Voodoo Day, so beloved, as we stand on the 11th night of Christmastide, as Carnival approaches with its joyful thunder, as Mardi Gras prepares to crown the season, as New Orleans International Voodoo Day rises on the horizon, we give thanks, we give honor, we give praise. May the ancestors walk with us, may the spirits guide us, may the city protect us, may the culture uplift us, may the world hear us. For we are New Orleans. We are the children of the Congo. We are the children of Congo Square. We are the keepers of the flame. We are the bridge between worlds. And as my beloved co-hosts begin to unmute, as we move from Christmastide into Carnival, from Carnival into Mardi Gras, from Mardi Gras into the global celebration of Voodoo Day, we carry our traditions with pride. We carry our history with reverence. We carry our future with courage. May this season bless you. May this year empower you.
Good day, everyone.
Yes, blessings.
Are my co-host here?
Yeah,
Yes, blessings.
you went out. You went out.
You know,
We didn't get a chance to hear you on our end, I think. But the end of what you were saying. But good day, everyone. Hope you guys having a good evening. How you doing, Elder
mhm.
Reggie?
I'm good, brother Joshua. Yes.
Yes.
Good, brothers. And
Okay, brother.
and Divine Prince, it was only like maybe the last two sentences, I think, in your summary that we lost the connection on you.
Okay, all's blessing.
Yes, blessings. If I could chime in, beautiful tapestry of poetry, divine prince. You weave it in so beautiful. All the little vegetables of what make New Orleans, New Orleans. But as I normally do, I just like to top in just a little bit to the 11th day of Christmas, um, where the gift is 11 pipers piping. The gift is often interpreted as a representation of music and joy, celebrating and festive spirit of the season. And as we move into the 12th night, moving from the 40 days until Mardi Gras, I think of the pipes piping. And what comes to my mind is the brass instruments that the local marching bands that just start playing between now and Mardi Gras time. I used to always like to run out to the parade route and cheer for the different bands. Of course, I would cheer for my high school band, but we always had rivalries. And we have a particular band called St. Augusta Purple Knights, or the Marching 100s. And of course, they would beat everyone. They would blow the loudest, they would step the highest. And it's just a great joy to see them and put me in the festive spirit of Mardi Gras. And that's the way I see the 11 pipes piping. Brother Horn or Brother Joshua?
Yes. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely I got to see the pipes piping this what was it? What was it on? It was on Sunday. I
Mm-hmm.
was I came in from spending some time on the land outside over here where Mardi Gras, well, where my family's originally from,
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi, was coming back into the city and seeing the first parade, second line, starting off the carnival season,
Mm-hmm.
crossing over Broad, and I was driving through I-10 and got to see them with the feathers and bringing in the carnival season. I was like, man, I'm coming through at the right time. At the right time. They was crossing, they was celebrating, they was jumping up and down on the bridge, dancing. They had the horns going, like you said, the pipes were piping. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, man, it's time to sow.
Yeah.
get down to it. Which we have been doing all year, but it's just right now it's just an accelerated thing when you start seeing the neighborhood and the community start pick up on getting into step and getting into the rhythm, getting into the carnival season, man. It's something about this city that's magical. It pulls people together. It brings us into a unison of understanding and appreciation of our culture and the culture here, all the multiple cultures that have influenced this place and it's still moving and it's still
Mm-hmm.
pushing and it seemed very vibrant. I was just like, man, it was very it was surreal, to be honest with you. And it was very on time. It was definitely on time. We all on time.
Mm-hmm.
We all in sync. Like Ty was saying, everything that is there's no coincidences in things, and things are happening. No matter what we see and what's going on outside in the world, we have to be able to tap into the things that we know to be true and we know to be our power and our like we kind of talked last time on the last podcast on Friday, just about going to the ancestors and digging in our, looking at our histories and pulling it to the forefront to give us strength. Um,
Mm-hmm.
all that
Mhm.
represents that and what we do here in Carnival and with Mardi Gras and coming together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, y'all got me ready to get back. I mean, I'm trying to tell you, I can't wait to get back to the city.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm for me, I guess, for the holidays, my mind is, I've kind of like gone past it. So I'm like, all right, it's a new year. I'm like, I'm ready to go and looking forward to all the things that, we hope to accomplish in this year. But the one thing I can say, especially in talking about, International Voodoo Day and everything like that, it's no place on earth like New Orleans. It's just, I've been to a lot of places and the energy and the spirits and the electricity that runs through those, streets, the cobblestones and all that's there. It's just it's just it's electrifying. I mean, it's really a life-changing experience. And whenever you go to some of the events there and you just talk to the people that's there, people come back year after year after year, and once you get the bug, it becomes tradition to be there. It's and I think that, how they say sometimes you don't really know what you have while you have it. You miss it when it's gone, then you miss it, right? But when you leave New Orleans, I mean, just it's something about being there. So the people who live in New Orleans and who live in the Louisiana area, who are able to partake in that rich culture and that rich history, they're truly blessed, because I've been away for a couple months now, and I've truly missed the city and missed the family that's there. Because when you partake in some of the festivals, especially the Carnival events, you make new family members, you make new friends, and that's just something that I love about the city. So I can't wait to get back, especially like seeing brothers like Divine Prince and Brother Joshua get all dressed up with the feathers and representing Black Hawk Indians, and Elder Reggie just going down to the Mississippi with you and the brothers, and that's just something that's just is so powerful. I just miss y'all, bro.
I can add to that. I think what's often lost outside the region is the intersection of cultures, that are represented in our holiday season. As you said, many people, sort of, from Halloween to Christmas, really, it's sort of a blur for them, and then it's the new year, and you're sort of back into the thing. But many people in our region, have not taken their holiday decorations down, and won't until after Mardi Gras Day, usually as a part of their Lent tradition. So it's such a gumbo mix, no pun intended, of intersectionality of cultures and traditions and practices that make our celebrations, our holidays, our events, our festivals what they are, and indeed give them that sort of addictive nature.
You're right. You're right. Some people have their Christmas trees year round there.
Yeah, but if I could take the metaphor of sewing, because I know Divine Prince and Joshua doing sewing and getting the suits ready, but I want to use the needle as the Catholic Church, and I want to use the thread as all the different nuance that comes together to make New Orleans what it is. But it was established by the Jesuit monks in the Catholic Church, and some of the traditions that the Catholic Church brought, which was by the French, allowed for some of these festivities and these different little buttons, I will call them, to come together. And so I use the church as the needle, and I use the thread as all the little pieces that comes together to make this beautiful tapestry, what we call New Orleans at this particular place in time. But if anyone in the outside area get to listen, if you can come to the city on February the 17th is Mardi Gras, you'll get to see our Divine Prince and our brother Joshua. They're going to be in the Mardi Gras Indian outfit, which is so beautiful. I seen their work last year, and I'm looking forward to seeing it again this year. And then after we move from there, we go to May 24th, the day of the New Orleans International Voodoo Day. But there goes another tapestry into what I call the needle of let's say the Catholic Church, because voodoo, if we start from Benin, Catholic Church and the French had an impact there. We go to Haiti, Catholic Church and the French had an impact there. We come to New Orleans, Catholic Church and the French had an impact there. So I'm using that as the needle to pull it all together. And it is a beautiful, beautiful tapestry at the end. That's what I wanted to add.
Yeah, it's truly amazing. What you're saying, Elder Reggie, and the Divine Prince always mentions the documentary that's coming out, but that's one of the things. Like one of my favorite scenes from the documentary that's coming out is just the attention to detail and the painstaking measures that they take in order to sew those suits. You look at them and everything there is hand sewn and hand beaded, and the artistry and history that go into those suits. I mean, it's powerful. It's powerful. And and I remember last International Voodoo Day on the symposium day, people got corrected when they said, "Oh, the costumes. It's not costumes. Those are suits. Those are powerful, spiritual and ritualistic suits." And that's something that I'm looking forward to as well.
Yeah, big too.
Speaking of suits, I have never sewn a Mardi Gras suit, but I am told when people are sewing, little blood come from the hand because sometimes they stick themselves with a needle, but that blood is become interwoven in the suit. And we know when blood comes in, there's a sacrifice, there's transformation there. So these suits are taking on a life of its own by the sewer, the one that is producing the suit. Now, Divine Prince and Joshua make us speak more to that because I have never sewn a suit. Of course, I know of the whole Mardi Gras tradition, but I just have never sewn before.
Yeah, I got blood on this suit. I got my whole palm got a whole. Actually, not even from the needle, from the thread, from me pulling the thread. It cut right through my hand. But it's just when we telling stories and telling stories of our past and our heritage, it comes with that energy of, it's got to get done. And, you got time crunches on you. You got resources, limited resources. Sometimes you got to, you up all night, you up all in the morning hours from like 1 o'clock in the morning to the sun come up, just sewing just to try to catch up and try to make up for maybe you was out the other day or you was handling some other business or working and you couldn't sew that last couple of days, so you trying to make up for time. It's a lot of things that comes into that, and like Victor Harris, former big chief of Fire, was talking about. A lot of time those suits come together. Just you have an idea of what you want to do, you know what your story is, but then you know, you have spiritual guidance in a way of how you want to construct it, and you sometimes are redirected. Sometimes you know it comes to you, and it's a story that comes to you once you start the process, and I mean before you start the process, but then you also it develops throughout the process too. That's
I
what
mean,
makes.
Brother Joshua, I mean, I never did ask you though. I know I have Divine Prince on camera talking about it somewhere, but when you first started to sew, like I mean, did you take home ec in school or something like that? Like, how did you?
No.
I mean, how did you? I know there's traditions and there's secrets to the process, but it's like how when did you like realize that you could do that? Like, when you said, well, I'm gonna make my own suit. Like, how did that come for you?
Well, for me, it came from a big chief, Divine Prince. He started showing me simple techniques of how to sew, and then I remember the first suit that I sold. I remember I was in Houston, Texas. That was the year that they was doing the Super Bowl there with Tom Brady and the
Mm-hmm.
Buccaneers. And I was working there. You know how doing production works for events,
Mm-hmm.
how that is. I was working backstage, and I had my patch with me, sewing while I was working. And they was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I said, "Man, I got a soul from Mardi Gras." They was looking at me like, "What? You sewing from Mardi Gras?" I'm like, "Yeah, you from New Orleans?" And like, we're in Houston, so a lot of people from Katrina, you know,
Hmm.
they're down there. So they was like, "Man, I didn't know that." And they, you know, we were just talking about the culture and stuff. And I actually got through a lot of it during that time, which is crazy because I didn't think I was like when I was going there, I was like, "Man, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I got to figure it out." And I
Hmm.
just figured it out. But even um and what you said in terms of the influences, a lot of my family were Indian chiefs down in the Ninth Ward,
Hmm.
and
Mhm.
big chiefs down there, and they ended up a lot of their suits ended up being washed away. So I never really got a chance to really see their stuff physically from a,
Hmm.
you know, just be able to see it and be able to get an understanding or talk about it. So all my most of it came from Divine Prince, my beginning of that, and I just started, you know, getting, you know, different tricks and of the trade from Divine Prince and other big chiefs in the area. Big Chief Kevin, um, which is another uh, Indian, masculine Indian that's well known on the West Bank. That he's a OG and been around for a long period of time and knows my family. He showed us a lot of ways of getting things done, and we we it just continues to grow, like it continues to develop. It's like you
Mhm.
said, like you meet people
Hmm.
in the process of doing things, and especially things like this because it's culture. It's
Yeah.
not for show. It's not for. So it's like people know you serious about something, and they know that you're from the culture. They kind of just like, okay, well, let me show you how to do this. You know, I see you doing this and putting all this time in that way. Let me give you a better way of doing this. And, you know, you get that bits and pieces along the way. And I can't wait for this year because my suit this year is gonna be a little bit bigger than what it was last couple of years.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So, and I'm telling a beautiful story. I can say that much, and
Yeah.
its own kind of
The
yeah.
stories in the suits,
That's
very
it.
powerful. I was just,
And we certainly appreciate you our continued support and participation in the podcast. We are drawing to a close. I certainly want to
Okay.
thank everybody in Facebook, Twitter, um, X, um, YouTube, LinkedIn, and certainly our Instagram listenership and participation. We certainly do appreciate you. Um, New Power Soul came through, Walk in Faith. We certainly appreciate you. The Real Quasito and Darty's Corner. We certainly appreciate you. Love my New Orleans. Ori Bless, 1979. Kimberly McGinn or McGinn. We certainly appreciate you. J. Price, 1015. Greetings and salutations. Ori Bless, 1979. We certainly appreciate you. Paid off a one and Black Market Betty. We certainly appreciate you. Um, oh wow, I can't pronounce your name. Hayes. Oh, Hey Zachary's girl. We appreciate you. Uh, Literaria. Literati. I tried. Forgive me. J West 111. We appreciate you. Certainly Black Market Betty just sent us an email request. We certainly would appreciate any support and participations. Um, Nemzaz, we appreciate you. Most Hated 93, thank you for coming through. Trey Carr, thank you for coming through. The Human Horror Film 84. King O'More King, thank you for coming through. And Old Boy Oldie, we appreciate you. And Ori U Paro 559. Thank you all for coming through, and we look forward to meeting you here again at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on tomorrow night and on weeknights at a social media platform near you or by way of our QR code, which can be found in the top right corner of your screen. All is a blessing. Thank you, Elder Reggie.
Yes, thank you. Hmm. Okay. Our advertisement, please. Our next new moon ritual and application ceremony will occur on the new moon Sunday, January the 18th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. in the Zodiac of Capricorn. That location is 710 Cluid Street. We call that area Cluid Gardens. It's going to be a ritual spiritual warfare gathering. We're living in a real spiritual time right now. We see the local news, what's going on. And so we don't have to speak on that, but we want to tap into that so we could get a better result. So please come out and support that event. Lest we forget, the spiritual medicine of voodoo brings healing and relief from the shackles of slavery that binds the master and the slave to the same chain of social division. We continue to have work to do. Yes, we will celebrate, but also we will do workings too. With that, I say ashe, ashe, ashe. Good night, everyone. We love you all, and we'll be back tomorrow night. Thank you.
Good night, and AYIBOBO.
Oh, thank you, guys. Uh-huh.
The president of Venezuela has been captured, so what does this mean for Haiti? A lot of people have said that Venezuela is a friend to Haiti, but the real question that we must face is what kind of friend and what happens when the head of that friendship group disappears overnight. So when people typically talk about Venezuela and Haiti in the same sentence, they're talking about Petrocaribe, which was the oil deal that kept fuel flowing through the country, and it kind of gave Haiti some financial breathing room. And then later we talked about the crisis that became part of Petrocaribe, where the whereabouts of the money was questioned. So if Venezuela's leadership has changed and it's now going to get unstable, the fastest way Haiti is going to feel the change is through fuel, because Haiti, especially in Haiti, fuel is not gas. It's transportation, it's food prices, it's hospital generators, it's literally the whole economy. Please refer back to when there was no fuel and the country was on lockdown. Any disruption in Haiti is pressure, and pressure becomes politics. So in my opinion, a new power structure in Venezuela is going to be doing one of three things. So they're going to either freeze everything while they audit the past. Don't forget, Venezuela just forgave Haiti's debt for the Petrocaribe scandal. The second one is going to be they're going to renegotiate to look clean and legitimize themselves internationally. Or the third thing is going to be that they're going to enforce claims aggressively. So if Venezuela is a friend to Haiti and the leader of Venezuela has been kidnapped overnight, then Haiti, in my opinion, loses counterweight. As I continue to look at the history of Haiti and Venezuela in the region, it appears that Venezuela is kind of like an alternative pole in the region. And if that pole, Venezuela, collapse, then Haiti's external options are going to shrink. And that usually means that there is going to be more dependence on U.S. and CARICOM lanes for aid, security, and diplomacy. The next thing that we need to look at is migration and the security ripples that we are going to be experiencing, because big changes in leadership or big leadership shocks can trigger migration in waves and rewire a whole bunch of networks. For Haiti, we're mostly going to focus on criminal networks and political networks. Let's see who gets back into power. Let's see who starts calling the shots again. Let's see who's going to get rich again under the removal of the Venezuelan president. Either way, Haiti is going to get pulled into this ripple, whether Haiti wants to or not. So anyways, if you want to understand what this actually means for Haiti, in my opinion, I want you to watch out who actually controls Caracas next, and whether the oil exports stabilize or they choke us, or whether Petrocaribe's agreements get reopened, because, you know, the friend of Haiti forgave that debt. And being a friend to Haiti, it's not like a feeling, it's leverage. And leverage always comes with a price. So the head of Haiti's friend group has been removed, and whoever sits next or assumes that power controls Haiti's fuel, oil, and gas future. And if they decide to cave to the United States and big corporations from the United States, then Haiti loses its leverage, because now Haiti is going to continue to be swallowed up by the United States and the insane desire for U.S. imperialism.
Please, allow me to show you something.
They say I'm crazy, and that might be true. I got this right in my DNA, yeah, I'm coming for you. It's time we turn the tables, flip these motherfuckers on you. I wanna see you hanging from trees. It's time you pay for your dirt and your shit. You created the monster, you created the beast. Now all this savagery you just gon' reap. I'm coming home, daddy, to the plantation, and I'm taking the lives of everybody, including the children, on some Nat Turner. Oh, do you hear that sound? It's about to go down. Unleash the beast, we about to tear this motherfucker down. Do you hear that sound? It's about to go down. Unleash the beast, we about to tear this motherfucker down. I met my girl Harriet at the gate. If you wanna know how she doing, yeah, she's straight. But she had one question: when we gon' get up? All that talking tough, yeah, we don't walk it tough. She got it locked and loaded, got that piece up on her side. She looked me in my eyes and said, "Meet you ready to ride?" Moving forward, you gotta use both eyes. Watch your front and watch your back. Keep your hands up on your gas. Do you hear that sound? It's about to go down. Unleash the beast, we about to tear this motherfucker down. Do you hear that sound? It's about to go down. Unleash the beast, we about to tear this motherfucker down. He sit at the table, but he don't order no bacon. He greet me in those words, assalamu alaikum. Got them glasses on his face and them waves in his head. He go by the name of Detroit Westside. He looks me in my eye and says, "You only get one try. Know that your biggest opposition will come from the inside. I know you wanna love them all, but don't even try, because they'll smile up in your face while plotting your demise." Do you hear that sound? It's about to go down. Unleash the beast, we about to tear this motherfucker down. Do you hear that sound? It's about to go down. Unleash the beast, we about to tear this motherfucker down.